You sound white Jamaican.
Yeah.
You white Jamaican.
Anything you want, say, brother.
I ain't never met a white Jamaican. That's crazy.
We're outside.
Jamaica me crazy. Bullet!
What is your name?
What kind of question you ask me? You don't know my name long time already. We can't put my name on the internet, girl. What's wrong with you?
Where are you from?
I come from Jamaica. We come from the western part of Jamaica. We can't really tell you where we come from down there though, because we don't know where we come from.
What kind of food do you like to eat?
Well, I like all kind of food. Anything they make in Jamaica, I like ackee and saltfish. With a piece of fried pork in it. Can't beat that.
Come on, from the board. Come on, from the board. Come rock your foot. My great grandfather is from England. Yeah. And we're not interested in going England.
Mind game. You say that in the England thing, burn up Babylon.
Yeah, England, them mad people. Them.
Are your grandfather come from?
Yeah. But in change up with the German them. But when you go to Canada, and you tell us say from Jamaica, they expect say a few black people, dark people come from Jamaica. It's a one set of pussies them, not true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they never knows the straight nose man there.
Yeah. And when this hard Patois,
here.
I'm going to be a joke.
Yeah.
My son up, live up Kenya now. He go to college and everything up here and live over 5-6 years now up there. And he never can go down to Toronto. So then go to one club.
Yeah.
And then see some Jamaican. And they tell him, say, yo, I'm a Jamaican, yeah. He said, no, I'm a imitate the Jamaican. And they want to fight. They want to fight them. Want to fight my nephew and my son.
Wow.
Call him trick them.
If you know who your foundation in Jamaica, yeah.
And he start talk if Patois now. He said, "Bomba clot, this man a Jamaican for true."
Mind game them, mind game that.
Yeah.
I mean, over here, so say people if you come and and chat fuckery, but at the same time, I'm all about free speech, so you can chat and say whatever you want to say. But imagine if me say something like this: black people if you come in our way and chat Norwegian. Oh, like what you would I tell the Chinese people them in Jamaica? What happened to the white people born in Jamaica? All in all, you know. People are going to feel what they want to feel. But that's not really matter.
I'm Chinese Jamaican, Bermudian. My mom is Chinese Jamaican, and then my dad is Bermudian.
Brother, I never know said this was going to be a whole thing. So, my mother is Honduran and Jamaican. My father is Chinese and Indian Jamaican. Me put the Chinese in my bio because it's what I look like. Everybody I got to identify me first as Chinese, not Jamaican. But when me identify to people and people hear me talk, them are gonna be like, oh, she's Jamaican. So there you go. So basically, yeah. And for the people who want to be like, well, Jamaican people listen, brother, the amount of mix-up people there Jamaica exhibit, hey, like, if somebody tell you say them Jamaican. Point blank, period.
Not being Jamaican has really hurt my feelings because I was told my skin tone makes me not Jamaican.
Every time James and I make TikToks, we just get like a bunch of people telling us that we're not Jamaican, which is fine. Like, you can have your own opinion. The only problem I have is where else do I claim? I was born here.
Did you experience a lot of racism growing up white in Jamaica? Very minimal. But I do remember one very racist moment. I couldn't have been more than 6. A fellow classmate, a very young girl at the age of 6 as well, would sing to me, "Black is beauty, red is corruption. Black is beauty, red is corruption." Now that I'm 40, I realize how deep that actually went. To think that here is this young girl, and she's been taught by her parents to sing black is beauty and red is corruption. And that's also an important lesson to teach your children, because racism ends with you.
Salam alaikum, y'all. So, I don't know if you realize it, but there's been a bit of cuss over who is a Jamaican, who's not a Jamaican, what is a Jamaican. I just wanted to give the answer to that question. First things first, it seems that a lot of people never learn the difference between race, nationality, and ethnicity. That being said, it's very simple. Nationality is where you hold citizenship to, aka where you have a passport. The thing about a nationality is it's not stagnant. People born in countries and leave those countries all the time, giving up one nationality for another. As it stands, I hold a Jamaican and US nationality. Tomorrow, I could easily become Italian British. Maybe not easily, but you know what I mean. Next is ethnicity. These are the cultural traditions, the language, the values that belong to a certain people group. Now, the thing about ethnicity is every ethnicity operates differently. For Jews, it's passed down matrilineally. So if your mother was Jewish, then you are Jewish. But for our Somali brothers and sisters, if your father is Somali, then you are Somali. Your ethnicity may also determine the languages you speak, the religions you practice, the cultural traditions you believe and hold dear. And then there's race, which out of the three holds very little weight. Because what might be considered black in one country is considered brown in the next and colored in another. Never forget that the Irish, the Italians, the Polish, when they came to the United States of America at various points in time, were not considered white, but today are. That being said, the island of Jamaica was first inhabited and settled by the indigenous people known as the Taino. They were the ones, after all, who gave the island the name Jamaica, meaning the land of wood and water. The island was then colonized by Spaniards from Spain, and with them came the Sephardic Jews from Portugal, as well as the first set of Africans that they would have enslaved. Shortly after, the British took control of the island and increased the amount of Africans being brought, but along with the British came the Welsh, the Scottish, and the Irish. By the time you hit 1838 and slavery is officially abolished, the British are now importing Chinese and Indians to Jamaica to replace the labor shortage. The first Indians arriving in 1845, the first Chinese arriving in 1854. And given that every generation is roughly 30 years, I think we can do the math to establish how many generations from the first people landed to now have been in this country. And of course, I cannot forget the Syrians who came to the island of Jamaica seeking refuge from the Ottoman Empire. Nor could I forget the poor Germans of Seaford Town that were brought to the island of Jamaica to buffer between the black and white populations. And although you won't hear the average Jamaican on the street using terms like African Jamaican, Asian Jamaican, you'll definitely hear him say words like the coolie man, the Chinese man, or the nigger man. I hope that clears everything up. Salam and walk good.
Blessed love, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a topic that surprises a lot of people. White Jamaicans who speak fluent Patois. Yeah, you heard me right. Not mixed, not foreign born. Real white Jamaicans, born and raised in Jamaica, living the culture just like anyone else. Now most people around the world associate Jamaica with black culture. Reggae, Rastafari, dancehall, Bob Marley, all of that. But what if I told you the Jamaican story is much deeper and more colorful than that? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video you might start looking at Jamaican identity in a whole new way. So the internet recently went crazy after a few clips of white Jamaicans went viral. People with pale skin, blonde hair, blue eyes. But the moment they start talking, it's pure Patois. And people were like, wait, what? How you sound more Jamaican than me? The reaction alone shows how strongly people connect race with culture. But in Jamaica, things have never been simple. Jamaica is one of the most mixed up places on earth. And I mean that in the best way. We have got African roots, European roots, Indian, Chinese, Syrian, Jewish, and even German. That's why you'll meet a Chinese Jamaican who sounds just like your cousin from Kingston, or an Indian Jamaican who loves curry goat and dancehall. So when a white Jamaican speaks Patois, it's not fake. That's their real life. They grew up there, went to Jamaican schools, ate Jamaican food, celebrated Jamaican holidays. That's who they are. But here is where it gets serious. Some of these white Jamaicans said they often get told they are not really Jamaicans because of their skin color. One woman said she was told black is beauty, red is corruption. She was only 6 years old when she first heard that. Imagine growing up in a place you love, a culture you live every day, but people still question whether you belong. It hurts. It makes us ask, what really makes someone Jamaican? Is it color or culture? There was a brilliant breakdown in the video that really stood out. Let's make it clear. Race is what you look like. Skin, hair features. Nationality is the country you belong to, the passport you carry. Ethnicity is your cultural heritage, the food you eat, the language you speak, the values you live by. So when you say, I'm Jamaican, it's not about race. It's about belonging to that culture and community. Jamaica's history proves this. Before colonization, the island was home to the Tainos, the first Jamaicans. Then came the Spanish, the British, the Africans, the Chinese, the Indians, and even Syrians and Germans. Every one of these groups left a piece of themselves in the Jamaican identity we know today. So let's stop pretending Jamaican means just one look. Being Jamaican is about how you live, how you speak, what you love, and how you vibe with the culture. If you were born there, raised there, love the island, speak the language, then yes, you are a Jamaican. And honestly, that's the beauty of it. Jamaica is a blend, a melting pot, a family that looks different but beats to the same rhythm. The story isn't just about Jamaica. It's about how we as people define identity. We are living in a world that is more mixed and connected than ever before. It's time we stop using color as the border between who belongs and who doesn't. Because at the end of the day, culture doesn't have a color. So what do you think? Is being Jamaica all about the culture and upbringing? Or does race still play a role in how we see each other? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's reason together, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more thought-provoking Jamaican stories and discussions. Until next time, one love, one heart, one Jamaica.